If you and a guy are in a position to get busy and no one has a condom, 9 times out of 10, he's game if you are. Welcome back to the channel where we discuss young relationships and choices. In this episode, we'll discuss intimacy and health. You're a beautiful young lady and lots of guys will try to hit on you. Please know you are not the entertainment committee. Your job is to take care of your body and do what works best for you. It's shallow to be all about the physical. Some women give themselves to any and every guy because they feel that their bodies are all they have to offer. Some women even feel like sex is the only thing that they do well, so they will give it up quickly. You are better than that. If sex is the only thing you think you know how to do well, then it's time to learn more about something else. It's time to work on the areas in your life where you feel you're lacking. If you don't think you're very smart, you can make yourself smarter. If much of your spare time is spent scrolling social media or watching reality television, consider cutting back. Start going to the library and reading books. Replace some rap music with some classical tunes. Watch the Discovery Channel. Start checking out museums. You may want to consider learning to play a musical instrument or learning a foreign language, or find a positive organization to join. This might require some soul searching to discover your passion. You want to learn as much as you can and be as well-rounded as possible so that sex is not your focus. You want to avoid being a person who needs to be intimate with a man to feel complete. With every personal achievement, you'll feel more and more complete. The key is learning how to channel your energy. When it comes to sex, getting pregnant is not your only worry. You also have to worry about sexually transmitted diseases, STDs. These are real. They're not something that just happens to other people. If you are sexually active or you're considering it, you want to learn all you can about STDs. Conduct some research. Better yet, talk about it with your physician. Some STDs have long-lasting effects, and some have a lifelong impact. Also note that STDs can also be transmitted by mouth, so you cannot go around putting your mouth on body parts. Some young women tend to think that they're holding on to their virtue by not allowing a guy to enter them, but giving oral instead. No, sweetie, it's still sex. Don't so easily trust another person with your health. Your body is not a tool for you to loan out to whomever asks to borrow it. Guys to be aware of. Be aware of the guy who gives you the line, "I don't have to wear a condom with you because I know you're clean." It's okay to respond with, "I know I'm clean too. It's not me I'm concerned about." The end. Not wearing a condom is not up for negotiation, argument, or compromise. When he still insists on, "Just let me stick the head in." No, germs and sperm exist on the head of a dick too. Many females and males are unaware that a guy doesn't necessarily have to ejaculate inside the female for her to become pregnant. When a guy's dick gets hard, it gets wet on the tip. It's called pre-cum. In that pre-cum, there is sperm. So while he's explaining that he won't get you pregnant because he'll pull out when he feels that he's about to come, the damage may already have been done. Next thing you know, you're pregnant and Mr. Ding Dong is shouting from a rooftop about how it ain't his. Remember, guys can be very persistent when they're trying to get sex. You have to be aware of his motives and stand your ground. Another guy to be aware of, stay clear of the guy who doesn't want to wear a condom because it doesn't feel the same. Run. If it doesn't feel the same with you, know that it didn't feel the same with the last girl. He doesn't practice safe sex. Think twice about the guy who wears a $200 pair of gym shoes but doesn't have a $2 condom. I'd be getting dressed. You already know he's irresponsible. Speaking of being irresponsible, don't you neglect protection or birth control either because you can't afford it. Sex is a financial responsibility. If you don't pay that little bit of money now, it will cost you a whole lot more later. Next, are you sure you want to sleep with a guy who's too chicken to go into the store and buy condoms? If he's too chicken for that, what would he do if you really got into a jam? Watch out for desperate to be a baby's daddy type. True, most of the time, it is the woman who is in love and trying to make a family prematurely, but there are guys out there who are ready to jump into fatherhood without thinking things through. You have to make sure he puts on the condom. Don't let him set you up for a struggle. Beware of the guy who claims to have a home remedy that he uses on females to test for an STD. You already know he has the cooties. There is no home remedy for verifying an STD. This is why it's important to educate yourself and not rely on others' truths and myths. Watch out for the guy who insists that you're too young to get pregnant or having sex in a particular position won't get you knocked up. Don't be afraid to tell him no and to stop, and be mindful of your hormones. Don't you want to have sex so badly that you'll do it anyway? You're the female. In the heat of the moment, you have to be more responsible because you're the one who will be pregnant, period. I know that sounds like I'm picking on you, but I'm not. Just like females, guys know there are consequences for their actions. But for right now, if you walk away pregnant, that baby is coming with you. If this isn't the situation that you want for your life right now, you have to pump the brakes. Things to take away from this episode: you only have one body and it has to last you for the rest of your life. Do not neglect it. Stay tuned for the next episode. Do you respect you?